Well, I'm out here playing in my compost. I got my little trailer parked round back here. I got it full of stuff already. I dumped that bucket over there into that. I'm fixing to dump this bucket in there. That'll give me 2 buckets to work with. My daughter just informed me that composter, that dual channel composter, won't be here till the 29th. And boy, there must have been a big run on them things or something over the holidays. But that's what I'm doing. I wished I was steady enough on my feet where I could get in here and do that. I'm kind of getting some negative comments about that little $20 trick thing I did yesterday. Maybe I shouldn't have put it in there. My grandson, when I done that, I went back to the laundromat and I played it back on my camera and let my grandson see that I found $20, and sure enough, he wanted some of it. I gave him $5, but oh, and Lord have mercy, I didn't know that. Hold on a minute, let me fix this camera so I can. I got another hat here I can put on. I had no idea that that laundromat, it was going to cost right at $90 to do our washing. My gosh, boy, I don't see why people go to a laundromat unless maybe they don't have connections or hookups for washer and dryer. I don't know, but boy, they whew. And them biggest machines in there to do one load in them things, $9 and some change. And none of them take quarters anymore. It's all has to be done on a debit card or credit card or something like that. And if you don't have a debit card or a credit card, you have to go to they got a machine in there. You stick a $5 bill or a $10 bill or a $20 bill in there, and it spits out a card with that amount on that card, and then you use that card on the machines. So that's all weird to me, but that's the way that works. But right at $90. I think she said it was $97 and some change. I don't know. But anyway, I'll bet you that it's almost going to be a cashless society one day. It just seems that it's going that way for sure. But yeah, you just go in there, you stick a file, and they don't have a changer in there. There's no changers. You can't stick a bill in a machine and get quarters now. You can't do it. Everything is by card. That's unreal. I was wanting to get a drink. out of the machine, but those drinks are $1 a piece, and you can only put $1 in, no coins, and it had a thing that you could do it on a card. Unreal. But that I told, I used to, man, you could go to a laundromat way back in the day for $2 or $3 and do all your washing for the week. Ain't happening anymore. None whatsoever. I remember back in the day, but we didn't have a hookup in the house for a washer and dryer, and me and my wife, we had to go do our laundry and everything, and we could do when it was just me and her, we could do our laundry for $1 or maybe $1.50 or less. And that was back in 64, 65, back when all the silver started disappearing, and the coins come out, got that clad thing on them. They're not silver anymore. And I would always stick dollar bills in the changer to get coins back, looking for mercury dimes, silver dimes. Any of the silver coins come through there, I'd keep them. I wished I'd have hung on to them, but didn't do it. Yeah, back then too, the 50-cent coins, you know, those were they were in use. I don't know what happened to half-dollar pieces. I don't know why that quit being used. I don't know. But something changed on the bills too, you know, something about, it was called something to do with silver certificates or something. There was a lot of things, but boy, I collected a lot of mercury dimes back then like that. I sure wished I'd have kept some of them. And on my 25th wedding anniversary, my brother gave me and the 25th anniversary, that's what they call the silver anniversary, and he gave me a roll of 50-cent coins, silver. He gave me a roll of dimes, silver, and he gave me a roll of silver dollars. Of course, all that was silver. And they got stolen. Don't know who stole them, but it had to be somebody come in the house and did it. But they all just, plus he gave me a mint set that was in a folder for 1964, and that's the year all the coins changed and everything. But I have my suspicions. I think it was one of Jennifer's friends. I'm pretty sure it was. I'm pretty sure I know who it was. I think back then we was going to adopt this girl. It's a friend of Jennifer's. And she was just thrown around from pillar to post. Her mom and dad were separated, and she was half Chinese. Her dad was Chinese. Her mom, I don't know what she was. I never met her mom. But it was either her, but we had another, we never had another family. Well, it wasn't a family, it was a boy and 2 girls. And the dad was divorced, and he was taking care of them. And he started writing bad checks around, and he got thrown in jail. And them 2 girls and that boy was up there at that trailer by themselves, and he called us and said, would we please go check on his kids and keep them till he could get out. And So we went up there and got them, and they was living with us for a while. And there was one girl, she was a sweet little angel, but the other girl, I caught her a couple of times going through some stuff in my shop. And her name was Sky. The other girl's name was Snow. But finally, we decided, since we weren't legally obligated to take care of them or anything, but we wanted to. But dadgone it, it was bordering, because the oldest girl, that Sky, was his stepdaughter, wasn't his biological daughter. And we had some suspicions, and later on it come out as true. He was sexually abusing her. And we figured we better just call the Children's Family Services thing up to come get them. We really hated it, but they come got them, and I don't know what happened to the oldest girl, but the boy and the youngest girl, a family, what do you call them people that takes in kids? I can't think of what it is. Dadgone it. No, I can't. What the heck? What do you call them? They senior moment. I don't know. My daughter's blood sugar went up to 600 this morning while she was still at work. And she didn't want to drive right then. She needed to come home and take the baby to school. And of course he didn't go to school because she had to wait a couple hours to get her sugar down. And I don't, 600? I don't believe I could even be walking around at 600. But, and I worry, folks, I worry about her so much. She's 51, and I wasn't having no kind of health problems at 51. I felt like that I was at my peak at 51. I really was. But I don't, you know, she's had some kind of, what do you call that, gallstones or something. I thought she was having a heart attack that night. And so I started taking her to the hospital, to the ER. And she started moaning and groaning, and I thought she was having a heart attack. And we pulled over to the side of the road. We pulled over to the side of the road and called 911, and the ambulance come on from down the road and picked her up, took her to the hospital. I thought she was having a heart attack, but it was a gallstone or something like that. She had to have surgery. But she's had to have several things done to her, you know, and diabetic at her age. Of course, diabetes is not an old person's disease anymore. I mean, Jaden's type 1. I worry about her. And I worry about things like, what if something happened to her? Then I don't want to use the word I'm stuck with the boy, with the young kid, you know, Jaden. I wouldn't be stuck. He's my blood, you know. But I would have that on my plate. Of course, Joey would probably want to step in too, you know. But Joey and Donovan, they're adults. So, I don't know, but I do worry about it. I need to quit worrying. I wasting my time worrying about stuff like that, but gosh, and that would just kill that boy if something happened to his mama. it would kill me. I hope the next one in this family to go is me. I don't want to deal with that anymore. You know, it was really, really hard when my son died, but I had my wife to lean on. But boy, when my wife died, that was another deal altogether. But I sure worry about her. I worry about all my whole family, you know. I even worry about you guys, you know. A lot of y'all are up in age, you know. And Lisa, let's see, what she had to go, was she going for a heart doctor or something? Troy's got this blockage in his legs, or blood clots. They're all, Willow's sick, Marty's sick. Well, he's not sick, but he's got something going on with his neck and his shoulders and everything. And Lord knows, I feel so guilty about all these people having all these pains. And, you know, I can't handle chronic pain very well. I can tell you that right now. But I feel guilty. They're sick and I'm not, and I'm right now 81 years old. It troubles me no end just thinking about it. And what is that over there? I see something growing over on the edge of the woods. It looks interesting. I wonder if my scooter would. Nah, I'll get over and get stuck for sure. But anyway, you know, I'm getting where I like this spot back here. You know, the big old magnolia tree. Can y'all see that? See that big old magnolia tree up there? Look at that. It's beautiful. And all these elephant ears, the orange trees over there. And all these big elephant ears and that there. I'm getting where I like this area. I would love to have a table sitting right where I'm pointing. Sitting in there. I'm getting where I like this spot. You know, when I was over at the old place, there was a spot over there on the way to Publix that I really liked it in there. You used to see me stop in there snacking on something. The only thing I don't like about this spot, look what's right over there, that daggone house. And that, sitting here from where I'm sitting now in that house, it's 30 feet. About 30 feet if it's that much. So I don't like that at all. And Diane, the landlady, she says if the person that's having that house built will move in there, and this was Diane's words, said if it's who I think it is, she is a real bitch. And I'm not. I think the magnolia tree is dead, sitting dead on the property line, and those hedge trees over there sitting on the property line. And there's some of the elephant ears over there is on their side, but most of it's over here on our side. But yeah, I like this spot right in here. It's nice. It has a calming effect, you know. I wish that we could get our place mowed all the way back to the woods, but Clyde, the man with the $5,000 lawnmower, he said he tried mowing back there one time and he kept hitting metal and stuff, that he ain't going back there no more. But he said he'd give us a better price on getting this place mowed than what this other guy's charging. He went up to $50 just because I had him mowed to the orange trees. But man, I wished I was in better health. I'm in good health. Dadgone it, my knees are stiff. Did I show you? I bandaged my legs yesterday, and this is what they was gonna have the nurse come out and do 3 times a week. Let me show you this. And dadgone, I did a super job on this. Can y'all see? See that? I got them all the way down to my ankles. And I did a super job on that. But matter of fact, tomorrow I'm gonna change these bandages and I'm gonna rewrap them, and I'm gonna set the camera up on a tripod, and I'm gonna start I'm gonna start wrapping, showing you what all I have to do, and that I can do it. And I'll even show you my legs, you know, before I wrap them, and they are pitiful. But I wrapped them. The stuff that you wrap around it, it's the first time I've seen that stuff, I thought it was some kind of plaster wraps or something like they put on a broken arm or something, but it wasn't. Oh, it was I'm being a little sneaky, ain't I? Yeah, I'm being a little sneaky. Yeah. I don't know. I'm pretty mischievous here lately. I told this lady at the laundromat yesterday. Turns out she worked at the laundromat. I didn't know that. I thought she's in there doing the laundry, but they do a dry and fold stuff service there, and she was doing that. But she works at the laundromat. I asked her, was she married, and she said no. I said, well, can I take you home with me? Oh, she was, she looked like she might be in her 40s, somewhere about there. And she was black. She was a black lady. Nice lady, though. And I was commenting about the prices, and she started telling, well, we have to do it just to stay open, you know. So that told me right there she had something to do with management. I don't know if she owned them or not, but but it is expensive. My gosh, that's almost $100. And when my daughter realized how much it's gonna cost, she said, I'm going and go right now and check. She went, there's an appliance place right down the street from there, and she went, and I guess she was asking about either fixing our washer or selling her a good one. I don't know. But anyhow, I'm working on my compost. That's a pile right there. I've got a pile over against the house. Got that. I got this bucket. I'm fixing to empty this bucket on top of that that's in my trailer here. So then I've got 2 buckets to work with, but my composter's not going to be here till the 29th. I'd sure like to get that thing here, because then you can fill up one chamber. When it's full, then it starts making the compost. Then you start filling up the other chamber. But as much compostable stuff as I'm accumulating is just unreal. I mean, I've only been working on this thing right here a week, and look at it. Well, no, there's one little bucket about that much like there, poured in on that. Now I'm gonna cover that. I got a board like thing I'm gonna cover that with. So, fish. Okay, folks, that's my video for today. That's my story. And I'm gonna go. You know what I want to do though? If I had it to spare, I would like to lay a $5 bill or a $10 bill somewhere right where I laid that 20 yesterday. I'd like to lay it there and just get away from it and see how long it takes for somebody to find that. And then when I see somebody's found it, I'm gonna go up and say, congratulations, you won the prize. And see what they say about it, and then tell them what I was doing. I may do that. I may do it one day when I got nothing to do. I'll go out there on a pretty day and lay it over there against the wall where I laid that 20 yesterday, and see how long it takes for somebody to find it, and hope it'll be somebody that needs it, you know. Well, my baby boy, he needed $5. He was a stinking rascal. Brought me back 70 cents. Bless his heart. I'm afraid he's not going to make his grade at school this year, so he may not be going to high school next year. He's missed way too much school, and here school started back yesterday. He didn't go yesterday. He didn't go today. Because his mama couldn't get here to take him. I don't know why she won't let him ride the bus. She's afraid he might get bullied. I don't know why. I don't know if he'd put up with it or not. I never got bullied. If anybody tried to bully up on me, they got a whooping or an attempted whooping. And then there was that time that I bullied this kid, and I wished I could find him and apologize. I only did it that once. I don't know what, I felt so bad after that. His name was John Richard. Was at Mattie V. Rutherford High School, or elementary, 6th grade. Man, that's one of my biggest regrets in my life right there, is doing that. Gee whiz. John Richard, I am so sorry. I wonder if I could find him. He's in Jacksonville, Florida. All right, I gotta get busy, folks. I appreciate your time. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and I'm leaving for sure this time. See you in the next one. Bye.